She was super spoiled. She was like a princess. Like, look at her little
Oh my
cute
gosh,
face.
do it. Are you going to cry?
No, it's just
That's
tearing.
insane.
I'm just tearing. It's not going to actually drop, but I'm tearing. I'm Kimora Lee.
And I'm Ming Lee.
And this is our life in pictures. Oh, what's that? That's a big old bow.
It's you.
Is that Chanel?
Yeah.
Would you say yeah?
Yeah. What do you mean,
I'm going to say yeah. That's me. I was probably like Minky. Like, where's my mom? I was running up a phone bill. My phone bill, this is crazy. My phone bill was like $5,000 a month because back then that was when it was real long distance. You didn't have calling plans and the Wi-Fi. We didn't have that. You had to collect call. You could either pay for it yourself on your credit card or like bill it to someone else. And I remember being like, where's my mom? But as I got older, I realized I was the youngest one. And then Karl would even tell me things like, what we did before is illegal now. So I realized that and then I have Kenzo and labor laws and kids. So yeah, we were at it kind of early.
Wait, this is one of my favorite photos of us. You know why? I know that people say we look alike all the time, but I don't actually think we look alike all the time. But I think in this photo, I really look like this. Like we look the same in this photo.
That's Mingy. She was always with me everywhere. Wearing proper children's shoes so you don't mess up your toes. So aren't you happy about me?
What does that mean?
People don't put their kids in proper shoes. Like, look at this. This is a proper sandal that holds your foot right. Nowadays, they put them in like fashion things that don't fit properly. And then you grow up with jacked up feet. Oh my gosh, there was no balancing. I was a baby myself. I was in my early 20s. By the time I was Ming's age, I already had Ming. We were together all the time. I was way over my head in it. Fashion and motherhood. I was married and Ming just came everywhere with me. Like when you see those things on TV or, you know, on like social media, when it's like to my firstborn kid, like you were the one that saw every mistake, every confusion, every happiness. That was like, oh, you know, that was my baby. We were together. We would like go out. I remember this to dinner and she would fall asleep in my lap.
I don't remember. I actually don't remember there was a time without my sister, which is so unfortunate because I feel like it was probably so much better.
No, don't say that.
No, but I don't remember really.
You remember your big room?
What?
Your room in Jersey, you remember? Your big like bedroom and it was like kind of princessy and Yoki's was princessy.
I remember my like little table like at your office at Baby Phat. Like,
yeah, she used to come to work with me. They would come to work with me. They would be on the runway with me. They would take a bow. They would do everything. And now everyone takes their kid on the runway or does that kind of thing. But we did it. We were the first one to do that. Here we go.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. This was so unnecessary. Look at that. What is?
My little peanut. That's Aoki Lee.
Me. This is a really cute photo. I don't think I've ever seen this photo. Have you?
Look at your pants. We literally made this stuff. I remember this. This is great. I think I literally just grabbed them on the first show and took them out and took them out. I don't even know if like our outfits were matching. We'd have to go and see. That would tell us if it was like premeditated. But I think they were just with me for as long as could be. And I think at the time, like I feel like when we came up in the 90s and 2000s, like time was so cool and like music and artists and things like that. So I think I was just in it and with my kids and I don't know, doing it. So you take your final bow, you have your kids. My life was about it has always been about my family. So I think there was kind of no separation. And like I say, I did that, brought them out as a finale, but then pretty much everyone started doing that in their shows. Like anyone who has kids, let's say, they all brought them out and it just became a thing. And I think too, I thought like, if the collection's really crazy, like they hate it, you know, no one's going to throw like rotten eggs at the kids.
That's crazy.
And they never did. They never did. We had the #1 show of Fashion Week or #2 with like Marc Jacobs, always. So no one ever threw anything.
I think that we were just always together. Like we're really close. We're not that far apart in age. She is my younger sister, but we're not that far apart in age. She is definitely the smarter one, the more rational one. She would always be like, Ming, we're going to do this right now and everything's going to be okay.
Not rational, maybe logical. She's not always rational, but she's logical. She'll think it through.
Yeah, okay, so maybe she's not rational, but she's logical. I think she was more rational when she was younger.
Probably.
I think when we were younger, she was more rational.
Yeah.
Not that she's insane
She's like
now.
very much a little sassy lady. Like who would get who in trouble? She would get you in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's your ma.
It's so much.
It's actually not so short or anything. Look.
What do you mean, look?
I thought maybe it was so much shorter, but it's actually not. It hits the same place.
I didn't shorten it.
No, that's what I was saying. I thought you did. Earlier, I thought you said you did.
This is crazy.
I probably wore it more than once. How crazy is that? I wore it to like a charity gala that we had at our house. And then I probably wore it as my birthday dress.
I was going to wear this for my birthday dress.
What year? 30?
What? No, I was going to wear it for my 25th birthday. But we didn't end up doing anything.
You could do it for 30.
I don't want to be 30.
You did. You had a nice dinner.
Well, I'm saying we were going to go out and do something. I didn't end up doing like a whole thing. So I didn't wear a dress. I was wearing sweatpants.
That's so funny.
At the house.
It's such a classic. It's a corset dress. It's a print that we love, animal print. She loves it. I love it. I think it's just a classic, sexy, timeless piece. Obviously, it's timeless. Stunning. I don't think I look that good in it.
Also wore this dress that made me think of this dress, though. I know this picture. Do you ever watch Love Island?
No, ma'am. I don't watch TV.
So Reno wore it to like the reunion or something, and I was like, wow, she looks hot. And then I was like, wait, I have that dress.
Oh, I'm going to go find it.
I want to wear that dress.
Great. I'm going to find it.
This is so mean. Why would you do this?
Oh my God. I just had a baby here.
I also
This is
like
my KLS collection. I had just had Wolf. This is my presentation in New York, and Ming came in with me. That's when you were still with me all the time.
I was in college here. You know what? I realized something. I've been abused my entire life. I was forced to do this. And I remember being forced to do this. And I don't know why. No. And back to the question about being on the runway. I think that child labor laws, they need to be strict.
There was no labor. You were just with
This is labor. Look at the orange lipstick I have on. Why would you do that to me?
So cute. Look, you have on a pant. It has a little skirt over it.
I think when I was younger and we used to go places and people used to come up to her, I used to be very confused. I guess all kids say that, though. All kids that grew up in the public eye, they all have like kind of the same story, but after a certain amount of time.
But you're still confused when people now walk up to you in the street.
Well,
people call me and say, "Oh my God,
people they think I'm her sometimes. They really do."
Or they know it's her because they know us growing up and they feel like they've grown up with Bingy and Aoki and they see them in the street. So they'll just like stop them or grab them. And the kids are
and
like,
I know this. I don't know at what age, but I didn't know who Kimora was. That's mommy. That was very confusing for a little bit. Like when I became cognizant, I was like, what is that? What? No, what? Not now.
Okay, good. Not now.
I mean, growing up in general, in the world, a lot of my friends like, oh, my dad does this. And my mom is, she's at home. My mom makes me food. She actually can't cook. So that's good that she did something else, which was like, she started designing.
Spaghetti. I can broil steak.
Are you supposed to broil the steak?
Well, we had a broiler. I don't know now if you even have that. Probably put it in an air fryer.
I just think that she taught me that you can do pretty much whatever you want to do, and you don't have to have, like, there aren't roles specifically for men and women, and that, you don't have to stay in that box. I think I taught her too well that like my mom, I feel like I could do anything. My mom told me that, and it stuck with me, and I feel like Ming is the same way. I could do anything. My mom said that, and I'm like, Ming, no, not everything. Most things. You have to go to work. I'm telling mom. Exactly. You just said that. I know. This is a charity event that we were at for Boys and Girls Club, I think. Aoki's taller. It looks like she's taller than everybody here. How dare she try to tell me she's 5'10"? What? She's so tall. She has on some kind of different shoe here, though, clearly. I had on a sneaker, maybe. I don't know, because she's not taller than me. Is that a big family? Oh, good. Yay! I guess I did. I'm an only child. Actually, okay, so I have siblings on my dad's side, but I grew up with just my mom. Yeah, I feel like I maybe didn't want just one child, an only child, but Mingy really wanted that. I don't want that. Mingy! I'm sorry. I just get really bored. We're not talking about me. Okay, let's see. So this is Gary, who's now 15. Kenzo's turning 16 soon. Everybody is driving right now. Everybody wants a car. I know that. So now everybody knows. So 16. Oh, yeah. Wolfie just turned 10. Yoki's 22. She looks great here. This is us. I feel like we have a big family, like a house full of constant craziness. Everybody's in and out. Mingy's still at home. I live in New York. Also, she does live in New York. That's true. But she comes home. Yoki comes home much less. She lives in New York too. So I feel like same apartment building. I feel like they're more in and out, but I still feel like very much like part of the family and part of the household. And
I feel like the house is always, there's
Full?
kids. Yeah, there's always kids and friends. Right now I have lots of kids. Some are on spring break, some are not anymore. The neighborhood kids, the cousins. I feel like it's a lot.
God, we did it, Joe. You're gonna be the next president of the United States
I
of
thought this
America.
was college. This is
college.
Mingie's. No, yours. This is Mingie's. I thought it was when we graduated high school.
Together. I
graduated
she did.
college.
No, hold on.
But that's
we
not
can talk
this
about this
picture.
in 1 second. Really what happened is I graduated high school. I'm the firstborn. I was the first one to graduate high school. And she decided to graduate college at the same time. She had all these years and she decided to graduate college at the exact same time that I graduated high school. I kind of find that rude.
She said I was being rude, but as you know, for a struggling single mom, I had to get it how I live. I'm sorry that it happened on your year. And then you know what's so crazy? When Mingie graduated college, I think Yoki said the same thing about her. They graduated around the same time, and Yoki was like, "That's not fair." So people just think that, but it wasn't like it was, planned. Okay, this picture. This is her lovely purple robe, which is from NYU.
I literally almost went to a different school just so I didn't have to wear this robe. I wanted to wear like a black robe, or I think the photos that I posted on my Instagram, I'm wearing a black robe.
Yeah, probably.
I got it
I
off
had
of
different
Amazon.
robes. I bet you. I believe like education is something that, first of all, you can get it in many different ways. It doesn't have to be always like a higher institution of learning, but I'm really big on kids. Like if you don't know what you're doing right now, if you're 18, 17, 19, don't know what's going on, if you can go to school, if you can learn a trade, if you can go study something under someone, study something you love, like, I don't know, just explore your curiosity. I love that for kids. So this was like a beaming, proud moment. I know it was super hard to get tickets. It was hot and it was a
really
crazy like stadium event. And I was just super, super like
I can't believe you let me wear these sneakers.
proud.
I just didn't want, you know what? I didn't want to trip and fall. I feel like that would have been worse.
So funny.